right, what is going on, Lego Maniacs, and welcome back to another Build and Chill live stream. Hope you all are having a fantastic week. Hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving as well. I am still recovering from all the turkey and all the great food that I ate, and let's just say I think I put on a couple of extra pounds from all of the turkey and good food that I ate. So it's been a bit of an interesting week being back at work and whatnot. So can't really complain. It's been a slow and chill week. I have done some stuff off screen and whatnot, so that's kind of exciting to be able to kind of accomplish a handful of things off screen during the break and whatnot, and managed to film some content and managed to get some stuff underway for future videos and whatnot. One of which we're going to cover talking about making custom stickers for your Lego MOCs and whatnot. I have found a really awesome gloss sticker paper that is printable in laser and or inkjet printers, but it works really good in laser printers. And so that's going to be in an upcoming video. And then in the previous Build and Chill live stream, I did have to take it down because of a issue popped up in the stream. But we did last time figure out the mechanism for R2D2 to lock and push forward and whatnot. So that is crazy good. And I felt really big-brained once I figured it out. I did have to research a couple of Reddit articles and whatnot with R2 and some other things that really helped. I actually found a really cool video of this guy who was like, you swap these things around, otherwise it's not going to work. And we ended up doing that, so that's pretty cool. So I'm excited to finally get past where we were. I think we were like on bag 6 still, and I have it bookmarked here in the where we left off. So hopefully the remainder bags really aren't that big. So there is a good chance we can get a good bit ahead of getting R2D2. Maybe not finish the stream, but still close enough to where maybe next stream we can complete him. And that is so good. So if you're excited for that, and you have a Lego set handy, or if you're just able to hang out and chill with all the vibes, be sure and smash that like button, subscribe for more videos. Post videos every Monday and Thursday. Of course, Thursdays are Build and Chill live streams. What I have planned for future videos, I kind of have my my planned future videos for the rest of the year kind of already mapped out. And I have some stuff kind of lined up for the beginning of the year, but we'll get there. We will get there. Yeah, we don't really have a lot left. I thought this was a much fuller box, but it is actually not as full as I thought it would be. So we need to grab bag number 7. Which, let me map out what we have going on here. 13, 12, 11, and 10. So yeah, this will probably be a really good, quick and easy. Now that we got, honestly, the hard part out of the way, which let me show you guys the issue I was facing. So let's... let me scoot some of this stuff over real quick. So here is the R2 leg, and probably help if I scoot this back just a hair. Come on. There we go. There we go. Cool. So I figured it out after watching a handful of different stuff, and so the idea for R2's leg to work right is supposed to, you just lean him forward and that comes out, and then once you push him back, it locks into place. So that's great. And so this is all working how it's supposed to. Obviously there's no wheels. It's just more of those smooth, like, tile elements, but it works really well. I think that wheels probably would have been a whole lot better to go with R2, and maybe that's something that I can go in after the fact and add, as I do have a good handful of small wheels, but I am pretty psyched that I was able to get this working and figured out. So that's something cool. So let's go ahead and get building and see how far we can get with bag number 7. And I'll fill you in on some things with stuff that I've been doing in the Lego City. I have been mapping out a different layout for the Lego City as opposed to how it is right now. Not parts wise or modular wise, but more of just the fact that we are moving tables around and trying to make sense of all the stuff that that I can do with the city. So I'm hoping that by I don't know, maybe sometime in the spring, I can start maybe getting the fresh changes for the table layout, if you will, in place and ready, and really start to map out the city a little bit better. And so what I've been trying to do is I've been making a grid system using like PowerPoint as kind of like a CAD program to help me map stuff out with the Lego City and figuring out how many base plates I would use and whatnot. And I think whenever I looked at it, I want to say it's like 64 in total, 32 by 32 base plates. I want to say that's how many I counted, and that's not including the half base plates. And oddly enough, the way how the city is laid out, it may even require quarter base plates, which is something I didn't really expect. And I only have a handful of quarter base plates from smaller sets I got from back in the day. And I didn't even know they still made quarter base plates. I thought they kind of just started using plate for smaller sets and whatnot. But we'll see. I'm hoping that since I only need 2, that I may be able to just use the 2 I have, which, excuse me, I really don't know where those came from. They probably came from like classic creator sets. That seems about right to me, I want to say. But it is good that I have them, because when I saw that the ends would need quarter base plates, even though I kind of fudged with the layout, if you will, I was kind of worried that I would need more than just 2, but luckily I only need just the 2. So those will be good to use, as they've kind of just been in my collection with things that I didn't really necessarily think I would ever use. I've used them in other creative builds back in the day, but I've never really used them for really anything else. So they have come in handy. I think originally I only had 1, but now that I think about it, I may have had more than 1. And don't you love it when you already look at something and you believe you missed a step? But not really, because the glue, not the glue, the blue. We don't glue here, kids. The blue is messing with you. So, but no, the layout I want to change with the Lego City, I think will ultimately make the most sense for what I want it to do. And the cool thing is that when I make this change with the table layout, I should be able to kind of walk around the city, because originally I was starting to think, oh, well, maybe I'm just going to have to just get used to the idea of cutting in an access hole in the middle of the city, which I really don't want to do that. I feel like access holes, while they are very practical, they do seem ugly and not really something you can really work with. I know people with much bigger Lego City layouts than I have would probably benefit from it, but since this room isn't that big, I feel like having cut access holes just wouldn't be something I would need or want. Now, if I ever, that way down in the future, if I ever got the chance to buy another house, probably not, and have a chance to have a bigger Lego City or Lego room for my Lego City, then I may consider doing access doors, but probably not, as I don't really ever foresee moving out of this house in the near future because houses are expensive. But never say never. So this week at work has been very, very slow, which is good because I honestly would be no good if the week was crazy, which is good. Not too many problems arise at work, which is nice. I really like being able to chill the beans and not be too busy, especially coming back from a holiday like that. This is pretty cheesy bonkers to do that. Which there have been a couple times where I've taken off work, and this is where I don't really particularly like taking vacation because I always feel like when I take a vacation, just stuff goes crazy and stops working and whatnot. But you gotta do it. I saw a lot of the new Lego Star Wars sets that have been released, and now they're dropping Lego Harry Potter stuff now, and I'm pretty psyched about the Lego Star Wars stuff. A lot of people have already gotten their hands on the 2025 Lego Star Wars sets. I'm like, man, obviously because Lego sent that to them early, and I'm over here mad jelly beans that they got it so early. But it is nice to be able to see these sets in hand with people. That way, you can kind of get a feel for how they look and how they function better than box art would give you from an image off the internet. So I'm hopeful that once these sets come out, that one, they'll be relatively available, but also two, that Lego won't release another wave of sets until, I don't know, late in the summer, because the amount of backlog I need to catch up on just to, I don't know, I feel like that maybe that this year the Legos, the Lego sets that Lego Star Wars, or that Lego has produced for Lego Star Wars, has been completely phenomenal, and the FOMO is definitely real, and I'm hoping that next year that the sets they come out with won't be so FOMO inducing as they are. The current ones now are very tantalizing. But sometimes you just gotta let stuff slip by you. Which is why, when I was a kid, I just thought that the Lego Star Wars sets were always going to be available. And it never dawned on me that sets would retire. But now as an adult, and I see this, it's I don't really know what to think of it other than the fact that think I put the legs on backwards still. I'm looking at them, and I realize that I have the feetsies inside out. But luckily, this is an easy fix. I can just pop this out. In the back of my mind, I kind of thought, nah, something else is going to go wrong, or I'm going to have to take something else apart. And what do you know? I was right. And let me know in the chat, too, if you guys want me to swap up camera angles, as there are two different ones you can choose from. I know it can kind of get kind of boring looking at the same camera angle constantly. So we can definitely change those up, and I will try my best to keep an eye on the chat to change said camera angles if anyone would like. All right, let's fix the first foot. Which honestly, I can just swap sides. I thought they were inside out, but they're actually on the wrong side themselves. Which I suppose isn't too bad, too terrible. Honestly, I would rather, for a problem like this, than what we were experiencing with the mechanism on the third leg, because that was just an absolute booger. I was having nightmares about it, trying to figure it out, and I was in my nightmares. I was like, "You're never gonna figure it out. This is gonna be the one Lego set that you never finish." But we did. We figured it out. All right, cool. All right, now they're on the right feet. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's change over here a little bit. Let's see if I can't. There we go. That's a little better. As far as a side view there. I constantly mess with that camera angle because I feel like it's either just needs to be constantly adjusted for different things that I'm doing. Which I did. Other things I was doing, I was working on Lego City. I was making a ton of Mills and Roads plates. I actually made my first curve, which was pretty exciting. I was very happy with how it came out. I had to do a little bit of finagling with watching Brixie's video on his curve. Obviously there weren't any instructions that he had, so I ended up kind of still framing his video and putting it side by side. So that was one of those things that I wanted to do, and so I did that. I want to say before Thanksgiving. So did that and was able to reverse engineer his curves and put them in my city. So that was a nice little add to finally have curves, as I've done every other Mills road plate layout with curves, T's, four-way intersections and straights and stuff like that. So that felt honestly really cool to have that figured out. And it's the hardest part of making the curves was honestly the actual corner sidewalk builds. Everything else seemed to kind of go together, but they were very, very, very part intensive when it came to putting it all together with plate. There was a lot of plate that I had to use, and somehow I had luckily had ordered back in the summer enough plate to do this. So I'm not sure how that happened. I guess it was a lucky accident or happy mistake. I have no idea, but I had that, and so I was able to kind of figure that out with pausing his video. And if I can ever get a chance to do like an instructional video, that way people can actually have it instead of having to do the headache that I did, which was trying to reverse engineer his video, then, you know, would definitely do it. All right. This acts like that is way taller. Oh, it's because I have it up too high, I think. Yeah, that looks like it's right. Thought maybe I got the wrong pole element for a second, but we got it. We got it! Alright, now I just gotta figure out what this is for. Oh snap, I gotta make two of these guys. Hello. So one of my favorite and least favorite things with Lego sets is the repetitive builds. It makes things flow a little bit better because, like, oh, okay, I already did that, so I'll do it again. And as long as it's not like, do this 55 times, it's not too monotonous, but it's just nice whenever you can kind of do stuff like this where it's like, oh, you got to do it twice or 3 times or 4 times. But I can't remember doing a set where I had to do it 55 times, I want to say. I don't know. I feel like one of the modulars I did had something that was like, do this 30 times. And I was like, whoa, no way. It was kind of grueling. It would help if I added the parts in that I needed. I was going through my Lego drawers the other day, and the smell of oregano finally disappeared from the Amazon clearance sets that I got back in the summer. When I opened this box up, it just had this crazy smell of oregano. And anyways, I was just kind of like, man, where did these come from, and why do they smell like oregano? But that smell finally dissipated. It's the weirdest thing I've ever encountered with Lego. Normally when I get Lego, it's like, oh, it's great smell. But when I got it from the sale for like that, clearly it had been sitting somewhere that was around oregano. And maybe that's why it was so inexpensive, because of the oregano. Like it was mega strong. Like the smell was. I almost returned the Lego set, the 3 Lego sets, because the smell was just so strong. I couldn't do it. It was just bad. But luckily, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick it out. The smell's not too terrible. And anyways. Smell finally went away. It was definitely a great deal, though. Getting 750-piece creator sets for less than MSRP was a great deal, but the smell, not so much. All right. go back. There we go. That's a good angle. Let's go back to this one. I feel very handy today. So in my front yard, I have some inflatables, and it's a Christmas tree and a Bluey and a bingo. And anyways, the bingo inflatable, the inflatable motor in it just randomly went out, and I've only had it for a year. And of course, they don't make these anymore, and to find the new ones for this year that are slightly different, people have snuffed them up and are scalping them for insane prices. And of course, I'm not about to go spend $200 on what would have been a $40 inflatable. And anyways, I found a replacement motor and light kit for it on Amazon, and I bought it. It took a couple days to get here, and I installed it tonight. And anyways, installed fairly painlessly. I had to kind of figure out how to put the motor housing in the inflatable with the power supply being able to go out of it. But I got that figured out. It took a minute, and then I zip tied the motor inside of it. Like the replacement kit was $30, and there are other kits on Amazon that are like $12 and $15, but this one was identical hardware, same from the manufacturer, whatever you want to call it, right? And anyways, I got that installed, no problem. Took me maybe like 20 minutes, and got Bingo set back up, plugged her in, and all that, and she blew right up. And I'm pretty psyched, because I was going to be bummed out a little bit if I had to essentially wouldn't be able to fix Bingo. So, and they're super cute inflatables. They are my favorite, like, Christmas decoration to put in the yard and whatnot. And yes, I don't think we've ever talked about Bluey yet on the channel, but I thoroughly enjoy the show. I think it's a fantastic show, and if they ever make a Bluey Lego set, which there is one on Lego Ideas, if they ever made a Lego Bluey set, it would be on like Donkey Kong. That'd be such a cool set to put in the city. And something so wholesome, it comes around once in a lifetime. So I don't know if anything could top that. It would be a challenge. I'm kind of skipping around here selectively of what parts to put where. I need to figure out a way to incorporate music into the streams, because I do have a music service through Epidemic where I can use these different soundtracks I use, like for the stream intro, my channel intro, channel outro, stuff like that I pay a license for every year. So I need to figure out a way to incorporate music into the streams. I think that'd be kind of a nice touch. Although the I would have to build a playlist, and a lot of this is all instrumental stuff, quote unquote royalty free music. So it's taken me forever to find music that I like that's also cool and fun to listen to. That's the one thing I always look for whenever I've like designed graphics and stuff like that for previous productions that I've done is music. I feel like music is something that draws people in and can establish a relatable type thing. So it's always something I think about is like with this music, draw people in because it's a I picked the wrong one. Oh, I put it on the wrong end. So, but it's always been something that's really frustrated me when I've produced different things and uploaded to YouTube. And it's like, oh, this is copyrighted, even though where you got it from said it was royalty free, blah, blah, blah. And you have to deal with that pain, and especially if you're monetized. They do not, they definitely do not make it easy for you to have good choice in music for your productions of sorts. There used to be a really cool channel that I really liked. I forget the name of it, but they had all original tracks that they produced, and it was typical music, rock music, electronic stuff like that, club dance music, I guess, trapped. And anyways, eventually, someone figured out a way to copy their music and then re-uploaded it and copyright claimed it, and just all that stuff eventually got taken down, and it was a real bummer. Music is one of those mediums that I've never exactly understood, especially when people remix it. I know when I used to DJ 10 years ago or so, I would remix music, and back then that was considered a new property. It was a new creation, and then the music industry took all of this to court. Not me, obviously, but the idea of remixing music. And anyways, the court sided with the production studio, stating that this isn't a transformative art anymore, and that that these parent companies, or these people who represent artists or whatnot, essentially got the payday. And so all these remix tracks now are property of them. And I think that's kind of dirty. But the same argument today can apply to AI and whatnot, which I suppose is a tough subject. I use AI a lot at work. It helps me a ton. So it's one of those things where it's a necessary evil, but also can be something bad, I guess. I've been fiddling with image creation with AI for a year now, and I can tell you it's definitely been great, and it's been much cheaper to pay for AI through like Photoshop or something than to pay an artist for. I know some people don't like that because artists, they make their money through their art, and which I typically reserve more human-esque things for artists, as AI doesn't understand fingers and the human anatomy and whatnot. So I leave the human art to the humans, and the not so human art to the robots. Though I am very curious if AI will ever be able to make decent art. But we shall see. The amount that AI has grown over the last couple years has just been absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, it's really cool. Don't get me wrong. It's super cool that AI is growing like it is, and it's honestly gonna be a very useful tool. But I don't ever foresee it putting artists out of business, especially ones that are able to produce such phenomenal work that I don't think that any machine could ever compete with. Like, there is no shot. Where is this piece? Yeah, I'll definitely work on getting some type of music in the stream. That way, it'll kind of break up some of the dead silence. Because not that it's hard for me to come up with topic of conversation with a handful of people, but I feel like music will definitely add a good bit to the streams, for sure, for sure. Just gotta figure out where this piece is, my guy. Calling for 3 of them, but I'm only seeing 2 of them. Let's see here. Let's change up the angle for a hot second. I honestly don't know which angle is better. I like both of them because it kind of allows you to toggle back and forth between top and bottom view, and I feel like it gives you a little extra in seeing different viewpoints of what I'm doing. Slap this guy on here. I'm working on a Jeopardy style game for my family's Christmas, and I've pretty much got it all done. I'm just putting some finishing touches on it before we play it. I was thinking about doing a Whose Line It Is Anyways type of game for my family for Christmas, but I thought about it and I was like, it may be not that the majority of my family is little kids, but there are a couple little kids that I don't think we could quite get away with inappropriate shenanigans with stuff that typically goes down on Whose Line It Is Anyways. But who's to say that we can't do that next year? I did incorporate elements of challenges in the game show to spice things up a bit, to make it a bit more ridiculous. Which I'm excited for. And I still can't believe that it's December. Like, Thanksgiving just feels like it didn't even happen. And So in my brain, I'm trying to process that because it's like, it's still Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving hasn't happened yet, but no, it is quickly rolling on to being Christmas, and then the New Year. So I haven't even really thought about New Year's resolutions or anything. I've just been kind of rolling with the punches with New Year's, or with the year rather, to just because I don't really like planning ahead too much anymore. I feel like that when I used to plan a lot, it's really thrown me off. And so now I just adapted this thing of just go with it, which does work really well. If you just go with it, then your plans don't get messed up, and that's all you can do. You just go with it. Although I am definitely a planner. I do like planning. Last year when I hosted Christmas Eve here at the house for my family, I had sent everyone invitations back in June, I think. So I have definitely a planner for sure. The only bad thing about having a white desk is that when you're building with white pieces, you can't really see. I was looking at this. I was like, wait a minute. We're good. Although I think I am missing something here. I think that needs, a plate. A couple of plates. Definitely glad I put curtains up in the room, especially by the window over here, because if R2 was left in the sun like he could have potentially been, he would definitely be much more yellow, and that would not be good. So try and keep R2 as so fresh, as so clean as possible. So, and this is going like crazy well with the legs and whatnot. The legs, I want to say, I'm not sure if like the detail work is maybe done, but I do feel like that the legs are pretty good. Like, they look really nice. I'm pretty happy with how they look. The one thing I am really excited about building with R2 is the head. I feel like that's going to be probably the coolest part of the build, is building the head and seeing how they're going to translate a dome shape into Lego. I feel like that's going to be the coolest part of this build. And this version of R2 being so big and roomy on the inside, I feel like this may be a really good set to potentially try and light up, put some lights and stuff in it. So that would be cool. I think that would be pretty stellar to add some lights to old R2. May even try and do it myself, because I have plenty of like small LED lights and stuff like that I could put in here and make work. May have put that on the wrong side there. One good thing about having fingernails, I don't know about you guys, but I bite mine off a lot of times. It's a bad nervous habit, but it does come in handy for pulling apart Legos, especially when you don't have brick separators handy. I'm pretty stoked that the week is pretty much wrapped up, and tomorrow it's Friday, and don't really have a lot of plans for the weekend, but made plans for next weekend. Me and my bud Scott, I haven't seen in a hot minute. We're gonna go-kart riding. It's supposed to be a fairly nice day next Saturday, so I'm excited to cut loose and go ride Betsy out in the field somewhere. I got to get her ready to roll and gas up. I got to put a blue tile down, or blue plate down. I haven't ridden with anyone in a hot minute, so gonna be very excited to ride and to cut loose and to have fun. Definitely need to remember to get gas and whatnot. I want to make sure that I get plenty of gas for Betsy, although she doesn't really have that big of a tank. I may even fill up my extra gas tank and Betsy's gas tank. That way, if I do run out, I can just top off while I'm there. And I still need to plan out getting this little mini bike that I got off of Facebook Marketplace for a crazy good deal running. But that may be a summer project to get that one ready to roll, as it does need quite a bit of work. But I'm game. I feel like it would be a good teaching thing, because I've never been too crazy mechanically inclined. So being able to somehow, I have skipped out on a plethora of pieces here. There's two right there. There's a plate that I got. I'm going to take this back off for a minute, because I shouldn't have that many left over from old R2 here. Let me make sure I got the right one. There we go. Got that snapped in there. plate goes there. That makes sense. Still have the silver plate or the silver wedge that I have no idea where it goes. Maybe I can figure that out. It's like the worst thing is whenever you build sets like this and it's like, surprise, you found a huge amount of missing pieces. Surprise, surprise. And there's sometimes I legit think Lego messes with you by including a piece that you don't need. Maybe just an extra slope. I'm gonna make comparisons here. Everything looks right. Got extra slopes, which we'll figure out if we need it later. All right, on to bag number 9. Still pretty good. The fact that we've rolled through what? This will be the 3rd bag now. So that's exciting. Changed up a bit. Today, I ran into some old cronies from when I worked at a television station, and they made me feel super ick, and I had almost forgotten completely how much I did not like working there and those people, and made me feel kind of yucky. So I'm kind of a bit out of it, and I apologize if I seem a bit not as spunctual, I guess would be the word, as normal, but you meet all kinds. Folks, you meet all kinds of people. And that's okay. I feel like this may be the back, maybe, or the front. I don't know. I'm guessing it's supposed to be the front, as it does have room for the arms to come out up front, which is cool. So, we'll see. The funny thing about that old job is that it did teach me a lot about video production and design. But the also funny thing is that a lot of it was self-taught, and it was only because of a friend of mine who worked there that I was able to learn as much as I did. And do owe my hats off to my buddy April for teaching me a good chunk of what I know about video editing and whatnot. So mad props and shout out to April for being an absolute stellar human being, for teaching me how to edit back then. Way back in the day. This is 2012 we're talking about here, guys. This is 12 years ago. It is a super long time. How old am I? I was 24 back then. No, 22. This has been more than... Hang on. Wait a minute. Something isn't adding up in the math department. 34. It's 12 years ago. It's more than 12 years ago. Wait a minute. No. 2012, I was 22. Yeah, okay, that's right. Everything's right. The math is mathing. I'm sorry. I had a blonde moment. The math is mathing now. Yeah, I was 22. And worked at a TV station and did the news. I was a audio engineer and or operator. I guess I don't quite deserve the title of audio engineer, but audio operator. Ran the soundboard for all the news broadcasts and all that kind of cool stuff. And met a lot of interesting people. Met not so good people. And it was definitely a very valuable experience because the what I learned then helped me back then, or now rather, for creating content and whatnot. Granted, I'm not the world's best video editor or graphics designer or whatever have you, but I did learn a good bit from them. And it helped me discover my favorite video editing software, Edius. And anyways, so I guess that's good, right? You can derive the good from that, right. The good thing is that there's been more learning with learning how to operate Edius and whatnot, and other things. And my current job gives me access to the latest version of Photoshop and Creative Cloud, which has been a phenomenal tool that has just totally helped my creativity take off, which has been an absolute killer thing. Like, it's been such a cool thing to be able to have the ability to do that. I feel like creativity is probably the most favorite thing about myself, is I'm able to be as creative as I am. And that makes me feel super good, because we all have our gifts, and I feel like creativity is probably one of my greatest. So there's that. Good stuff all around. All right. This is telling me to do something that I don't know what it wants me to do. Ah, I see. I was looking up dates for, what is it? Brickfest? BrickCon? It's one of those Lego conventions that go around traveling, and it comes back. Well, they haven't announced yet, but I'm guessing that they'll come back in the early summer again, and I am excited for them to come back, because that is a pretty cool convention. Even if you just go to look at the cool builds that people do and bring to show to the con. Oh wow, candy cane! I'm making a candy cane right now. It amazes me how much plate intensive builds are now versus back in the day they were more brick built, I guess. But as Lego has progressed with increasing their part catalog, which I just wonder if Lego ever imagined their part catalog would ever be this big. But just looking at how plate intensive builds are now is pretty bonkers. But I'm not complaining because it gives us cool stuff like this to display and nerd out over. And that's the scale, and that's handy. Thanks, Lego, for doing that. I appreciate it. Alright. Hooray, more Technic stuff. As I told my girlfriend, please, no more Technic stuff. It hasn't been all too bad. It's been pretty gnarly here and there trying to figure out some elements of this set, especially with the mechanical guts of R2 here, but overall it hasn't been too terrible. So, too terrible. Alright. We're just about done with, what was this, bag number 9? I don't really remember. I think it was 9. Just about done with it, which is crazy. This is probably the best part about building Lego, is just seeing the progression that you're making. And I'm all here for it, my guy. I'm all here for it. Shoot. Hello. Come back here. Flip her back around. Looks like we're making these little vents. This little, I guess, maybe a heat sink for R2. Yeah. we gotta slide him in. All right, we got his front on. That looks really good. Curious what it looks like on the inside. Yeah. Starting to look like R2D2 now. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Putting some plate on. Times 2 times 2. I only have one plate. Makes me nervous, but I also like it when I get satisfying snaps like that from Lego. It's like, oh yeah, that went in there real good. I'm like, ah, did I just break it? Don't break, please don't break. But I have yet to have a Lego, a new Lego from a new Lego set break on me. I have had a couple of brown pieces from that bulk lot I have break on me, and I was just, not that I was not mad, but I was also not thrilled that they broke. Come back here. Alright, I gotta make 2 of this guy. These are probably the doors, which I'm super excited about putting these doors on R2 because it's going to look really good right here. Finally have that on there. It's honestly the thing that I've been waiting for the most. That's like my favorite thing of R2 is his little arms that come out and pop up for the his little tools that he uses. I do wonder if they are going to make a buildable chopper. I don't know if they're going to make him in the size of the new R2 and 3PO, but either way, gotta have Chopper, man. Chopper and R2 are the OGs. Straight up put in the wrong pin. All right. 2 of these guys on. Help if the door's on, right? All right. Let's see if I can't get this good shot for you guys. This one. I guess it's a little bit thicker. I think I know why I did this one this way. That way it doesn't swing open. All right. His doors are on. And oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that. That is super cool, the way how that is. Doors are just super nice. I really like that. That is so cool. Doors just look phenomenal. I gotta put these little covers on now. Really finish off his look, and somehow I have an extra plate. Oh man. Let me look at the doors here. I don't think the doors needed a plate or anything like that. Doesn't look like it. That looks really good. Really clean. Kind of wish that would pop up, but it is what it is. That's really cool. I really like that. That's super cool. Just wonder, you really can't close the doors, but you can open the doors a little more, which is nice. You gotta put his little attachments in there a little deeper. Alright, I'm gonna peruse through the pages real quick to make sure that I didn't leave out this dark plate. I don't believe that I did. I did. And now I can't get it off. Oh no. But the good news is I know where the plate goes. The bad news is I don't know if I can get it off or not. Oh man. Oh, come on, man. Don't do that. Hello. Get all excited. I put them together. And I gotta take them right back apart. But you know what's funny? Is that plate is there. Son of a biscuit. But I do believe I figured out where I went wrong. Potentially. Where I potentially went wrong. Maybe. Maybe. I say maybe very loosely. Because if we're going by this logic, then I'm actually missing a piece. Which, if that's the case, that's terrible. I am not at all thrilled. Come back here. But the good news is I probably have this piece. Yeah, I think I'm missing. I think I'm actually missing a piece. Unless it fell out somewhere, which could very well happen. Well, I don't think so, Tim. Just take a gander in here and make sure it's not like attached anywhere it shouldn't be. But it's not. Oh, Lego. Come on, man. I always have to stand up, too, to make sure that it didn't fall on the floor or anything. Which it didn't. But hey, good news is I got one. Well, I thought I had one. I don't have one. Not yet, anyways. Let's consult the bingo. And that's why, kids, you always keep your extra parts, because they end up coming in handy. And look at that. Boom. Now, it would be fantastic if I could flip these around, because I totally built this upside down. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Alright, well, I know this one is right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one back in its home. There we go. I'm surprised I didn't catch that earlier. Alright. That. How does that go again? Put the candy cane back, and my ding dong self put it on upside down. But we got it. We're back in business. Right? Yep. All right. Cool. So we were missing a piece, legitimately missing a piece, but we got it in there, and looks really good. R2. Okay, you gotta pose them a little bit. I was getting kind of worried. I was like, wait a minute, it's broken again. But it's not. Don't worry, she ain't broken. That piece. There we go. Now that makes more sense. I always remember him moving forward, or tilting forward a little bit differently, but maybe I'm having the Mandela effect going down here. Cool, man. All right. Did that. Bag number 10, man. We're killing it. Absolutely killing it. If you are new to the stream or new to the channel, I'd love it if you like the video and subscribe. Feel free to comment and chat down below. Would love to know what you are building or planning to build coming up here pretty soon. Cool, man. Let's see. We got 11, 12, and 13 left, dude. Those aren't... Well, they're kind of big bags. They're kind of big bags. Excuse me. But they are... if I had to guess, they're probably going to be R2's head, which is probably going to be a pretty crazy build. I think that's going to be a pretty cool build, if you ask me. Let me Scudo R2 over there. Spread some stuff out. I'm not gonna lie, the fact that I have that part, even though it's just a plate, would have bugged me eventually, knowing that I was missing a part. But R2's looking good. He's looking real good. I'm thinking. Trying to figure out what I want to build next on stream. I still have the Lego 18-wheeler, the Lego store delivery 18-wheeler I can build. And could definitely do some Mills plates on stream. Talk about that. But I have a Lego Boba Fett helmet we can build that I snagged up a marketplace a couple of months back. Definitely some options. All the options for... Not all of them. I wish I had all the options. That'd be crazy. Do you imagine being able to... Arc 170? For sure. That's going to be a cool set to build. I'm pretty jealous that a couple other people have already gotten it. Either through nefarious ways or through the ambassador program, but yeah, I want to say it's like $70 here, and it's only 500 pieces, a little shy of 500 pieces. I was kind of blown away by it. I was like, okay, it's not a great price, but it is a cool Clone Wars Revenge of the Sith era set. So what do you think of Ahsoka Starfighter? Like, that one is also kind of overpriced. I mean, not kind of, it definitely is, but those are like the only two of this wave that I would really like to get. I am kind of worried that Ahsoka Starfighter is going to be just crazy hard to find because of scalpers. Like, mega hard to find. I could be wrong. I want to be wrong. But I don't know. You leave one hobby because of the scalpers, only to find more scalpers in another hobby. Short legs. The talking about her minifigure having short legs, or like the landing gear being short. I think it'll look good. I don't know about it being too screen accurate. Stuff like that's never really bothered me, because it's at the end of the day, it's hard to exact replicate the model into a screen accurate thing, especially with Lego. But you can get close, I guess. I don't know. I've never been too picky personally. I think it'd be cool if they gave him I guess the hair he had in the Ahsoka show closely matched how he looked in Clone Wars, which I don't know if they could ever do anything like that. I don't know if that's what, like, the hair you're talking about, but that would look cool. The amount of different hair that Lego has now, as far as access wise goes, I mean, they could do whatever they want. I feel like kind of at this point that they're not quite delaying all the things they can do. They're just slowly trickling. Oh yeah. Her being the size like she was in the show. I didn't really look at the better res images after making the video I did about the initial leaked images of the Lego Star Wars sets, but I do think it's cool that she has I think green lightsabers in this one still. Because I want to say the Ahsoka minifigure. Yeah, I have her white blade one, and then I have her blue blade one. So I think in this one, if I remember seeing it right, it has her green lightsabers. Which maybe this takes place before the events of her leaving the Jedi Order, I want to say. That would make the most sense to me, I think. I need to go back and watch Clone Wars. I ended up watching Clone Wars Season 1 and then getting frustrated with it and then jumping to like Season 5. And then that's when I really got into it because I feel like the story really progressed in a way to where I could feel more up to speed with the events of like Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith type area, timeline wise. The episode that got me the most was the one of the blue shadow virus, and the scientist guy kept saying the blue shadow virus, and he kept escaping. And in the back of my mind, I kept thinking of that one scene from Revenge of the Sith where Obi-Wan's like, wait a minute, how did this happen? We're smarter than this. And in the back of my mind, I was like, clearly not, because the guy keeps getting away. That was probably the funniest thing that that Obi-Wan ever said, and that Ewan McGregor ever said. And it didn't quite translate so well in the movie because it just seemed very, I don't know, hokey, I guess. I don't. I just remember watching that Revenge of the Sith, and I was like, It was funny though. It's sad to say, but it's probably my favorite line from the movie, other than when Anakin says, "We lost something." Whenever the ship cuts in half in atmosphere. I thought that was pretty funny. I am curious, though, if they're going to do any Revenge of the Sith sets in the Summer Wave. I know a lot of people have said that that's not going to happen, but it's a missed opportunity for sure if they don't. On other Legion Galactic Marine clone troopers. I don't know. I would like to see a wave of the main clone tanks and vehicles, like ground vehicles, along with the Separatist Alliance droids and the droid carrier. I'd love to see that again. I want to say there was like a newer version that they shown in the Clone Wars series, especially with like the what do you call it? The strategy droids or whatever. I don't remember what they're called, but that I would like to see stuff like that. I tell you what would be cool would be a like a Maul Reborn set. I'm not sure in what timeline that happened with the Phantom Menace and in between Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith, but I don't know. That'd be pretty sick. But I was actually thinking out loud the other day. I was like, a buzz droid, a buildable buzz droid. That would be sick. Just imagine just this big round thing. It was a buildable buzz droid. That would be really cool. Now I don't know if Lego would go the route of making so like on the buildable Stitch, right? So the buildable Stitch that came out this year, they have those um, arch pieces, those not more like they're more like wings, right? And so you had this arch piece that was kind of like the back of Stitch's. No, it was his eyes. Sorry, I don't know if they would go that route with using multiple of those like curved panel pieces, or if they would kind of go the route of like how they did with R2's head here, where it was a brick built dome structure. Um, oh, minifigure scale. Minifigure scale would be cool too. Um, I don't know if so. Like the Droidicas, right? The Droidicas were one of those where I believe the original version of the Droidica that they did was probably the best one. It was the most fragile, especially using the droid arms, but it was probably one of the best ones they did. Um, I don't know how they would do that with minifigure scale, but could you imagine though, like a Buzz Droid build the size of R2 here? That would be insane. I'm gonna need someone to get on that, like Bricker Build or something like that. Dude, the Bricker Build lightsabers are so cool, man. When I went to that Lego Con here in the early summer this year, and I was able to check out their lightsabers and whatnot they had. Dude, just so freaking cool, man. Um, just straight up better than the Lego lightsabers that you've like been able to get as GWPs in recent memory. And like I got Anakin saber, right? And I built that, and I was a bit hesitant about it at first because the handle build seemed pretty sketchy. But then actually after building it and whatnot, um, um, but it's actually wieldable. It's swingable or swooshable. I call it swooshable because I pictured the swooshing noise in my head whenever I swing it. But it was pretty cool. It was very very swooshable. They had all kinds of other stuff there too at the con of like different other fandoms like buildable Lord of the Rings swords and just all kinds of stuff. My God, just 100% pure Lego too. I actually want to do a review on those on that lightsaber because it's probably the coolest. I don't know. I don't want to say it's the coolest Lego Star Wars set I own because like I have the Death Star and I don't know, the Ghost is pretty cool too. I don't know. That's a tough one. Hmm. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a tough decision. I'm not ready to make that decision right now. The next one I definitely want to get, though, is Luke's lightsaber, the Return of the Jedi lightsaber. That one is my most favorite lightsaber. I think it'd be funny if these light my brick companies figure out a way to make like a light up lightsaber blade using their light my brick stuff. I'm not sure how that would work, but that'd be pretty cool. Curious how they would do that, honestly. I think I missed it. I think Dooku should deserve in a set. Yeah, that would be cool. I could definitely get behind that. Now, would that be like a diorama? You think that it should be like a diorama or like a play set? I feel like a diorama would be cool, but make it twice as wide as you would normally do the other dioramas. That way, you have plenty of room to build up some of the structure on the invisible hand. Um, yeah, that would be cool. 2 times. Dooku minifigures have kind of gotten kind of expensive. I was starting to kind of get into collecting minifigures. Um, yeah, I think a playset would be cool. You could, definitely maybe with a playset you would get, I guess, more pieces for detail, and then people that could then turn around and make that into a like a diorama or a mock if they wanted to. That would be cool. I do enjoy building playsets, like the Death Star, for example. That was cool. And it's one of those where it's playable, displayable. Yeah. All of those things. The I remember I got that set for Christmas in like 2019, I think. And then right after that, I had bought Ghostbusters HQ, but then financial hardships kind of hit, and so I ended up selling the Ghostbusters HQ, and I really kicked myself for selling that set because that was such a cool set. Oh man, kick myself right in the keister. But I'm excited to see what they have in store for next year. I feel like it'll be in the summer, I feel like the summer will probably be like the biggest thing of what they're gonna, I guess, reveal. They're bound to have something. But in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking that they blew everything with Java's sail barge. I'm still... Salty's not the word, but so many big Lego sets. there's too many, man. I really feel like we're gonna have the back of R2D2 done here in a hot minute, guys. Like, I don't want to say this is the fastest I've ever built a Lego set, but we are flying. Oh, super funny. So, I think it was last stream or a couple streams before that. I don't really remember. I was talking about the shenanigans I've been going through with dealing with Lego's pick-a-brick orders. So that all got resolved, right? I got an email yesterday saying, "Oh, hey, we shipped your pick-a-brick order." And it's the one that was the absolute smallest, minuscule one. And I was like, I couldn't help but start crack up laughing because in their system, I've gotten this order now, and I don't know. I just think it's funny that I'm still getting parts in, even though the order is done. I've gotten everything, and Lego was just like, when they were, their customer service people were helping me. They're like, you're probably gonna get other stuff in, and just whatever, our system is, I forget how the person put it, but they were just like, our system is kooky. But it's not like it's a big order. It's like a bunch of small random detail pieces that I can't remember if these were ones that I ordered for the mock Bob's Burgers I'm wanting to do, or if it's for something else. I don't really remember. Rotate it around. Bring it around town. Let's shake it up a bit. Change the camera angle. Did any of y'all ever watch Rocko's Modern Life? I can't remember the turtle's name. I think it was Norbert. Could be wrong. You turn the page, and then you wash your hands. You turn the page, and then you wash your hands. You put a piece on, and then you wash your hands. That would be crazy monotonous. Come back here. Let's see. Do y'all also do the thing where you kind of hold the picture up to what your build is to make sure it matches? I do it all the time. I tried to do it when I was building the Death Star, but I just couldn't do it because of all the different grays. It was just throwing my eyeballs off. I was like, I don't know what's happening here. As crazy as it sounds, that set took me a better part of a year to build. Not like in the time frame of it took a whole year to build, but in the sense of just not having time to do it. And so I would build it here and there as often as I could. And then finally, I was able to finish it one day. And part of me has wanted to take it apart and build it again. But another part of me is like, no, you don't want to do that. That said, I had some really cool minifigures. I've gone to my local Bricks and Minifigs a couple of times. Not a lot, but a couple times. And gotten additional minifigures for it. That way, I can fill out more of the Death Star scenes. Because I feel like that a lot of the empty spots in it could really use a little love. All right. So I got a bunch of extra plates here. And there we go. His back's on. Okay, it's having me build some smaller side builds here. Okay. I'm curious though, how am I supposed to trigger those little thingies there popping out? Oh, I see. Got these little tech pieces that go in the back of R2 here. Okay. That's not terrible. Alright. Let's tile the top of them off now. Oh. Supposed to be a little break in between the two of them. There we go. I did it again. How did I do this? Oh. Zach. Get all excited. I'm like, oh, I did it. And you left out some crucial parts here, Buster Brown. All right, now that makes more sense. Gonna push those in there. That way I know they're in there for the time being. These guys. I feel like the way how it has it, well, maybe I had it right. Because for some reason the these go in more, okay. Yeah, because I can see those there. All right, that makes more sense. All right, wow. So we got R2 here, about 90% buttoned up and complete. Looking like R2D2. This thing is starting to get heavy too. Like, with those panels on there, R2D2 is getting thickums. Yeah, that's going to look cool. I'm not sure. I haven't really decided yet on how I want to display them. Because I like them like that. And maybe I'll be able to decide better whenever his noggin is on. But he does look really good. So, all right, we did a lot this stream. We finished his legs finally. Got his legs all buttoned up. Got the front panel, the back panel on. We got his mechanics working. You know, the play features are popping out. His little appendages. I mean, everything is looking good. And got his top part tiled off. Just really cool build. This is absolutely stellar. And he's getting pretty heavy too. I bet as soon as we get his head on, he's gonna be a big boy. He's gonna be a big boy. So, but I gotta figure out how I want to display him though. I definitely want to be able to, you know, definitely get him to where he can, you know, roll. Now I may go back later and put some wheels. I have some wheels I could probably put on him. In fact, I know I do. I can definitely sneak some wheels in there to make him work and make him roll a whole lot better. I don't know about the middle part, but definitely his legs. I can definitely sneak some wheels in there 100%. I feel pretty confident about that. So, but anyways, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me on this Build and Chill live stream. Next time we will finish R2D2 up. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags left, and approximately about 80 pages left. We got 80 pages left. So 4 bags and 80 pages left to finish up old R2D2 here, and I'm sure the head is going to be the most challenging part of the build, other than the internal guts of them, but we'll go from there. But next time, guys, we will, on the next Build and Chill, we will focus on getting R2D2 done, and then we'll decide what we're going to build after that. So if you're excited for that, be sure and smash that like button, subscribe for more ZacAtk Bricks videos. Again, I post videos every Monday and Thursday. And next Monday, this coming Monday for the video, I'm not sure yet. I have some planned out videos, but it may be a review of the Bricker Built's lightsaber. So be sure and keep your notifications turned on for that, and follow me on my social media. I have a link in the description box below where you can follow me on all my social media accounts. You can go to my link tree and follow me everywhere there. But you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Until then, friends, keep building, and I will see you in the next video.